At 5 o'clock, the Constitutional Court has dismissed that application by the IEC, the Independent Electoral Commission, to postpone the 27th of October local government elections. Newzroom Afrika's politics editor, Sbu Ngalwa, is joining us now to talk more about this breaking news. And Sbu, let's unpack first what we've heard from the court today.
So the court has just issued, as you said, typically, its ruling on this application by the Independent Electoral Commission. But basically what they're saying is that effectively, remember the IEC, based on the report that was submitted by former Deputy Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke, had asked that the elections be postponed to February 2022, but the Constitutional Court is saying no, the elections must take place between these two dates, which is the 27th of October and the 1st of November. Now, the 1st of November is an interesting day because actually, according to the current law, the Electoral Law Act as it stands, elections must be held 90 days after the expiry of the current term. And the current term of the 5-year term of the current councillors in all the municipalities expired in August. So 90 days from that expires on the 1st of November. So effectively, what this then means is that the IEC has no choice but to go ahead. But what they are also saying is that as you would know that the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs is the one who proclaims the date of the elections. But the court is saying here that her current proclamation of the 27th of October being the date of the elections is unconstitutional. They are saying that now that they've made this order, that the elections should take place between the 27th and the 1st, the IEC must then do the following. One, the IEC must, within 3 days, make a determination whether it's possible to have a voter registration weekend between now and those elections. Once they've done so, then they must inform the minister. And only then can the minister proclaim the date of the elections. But she is prescribed to do that within this period of the 27th and the 1st. And also, even if she's not, even if the IEC says they cannot hold a voter registration weekend, the minister must still make a proclamation based on those 2 days. So it doesn't give a leeway to go beyond the time frame of the Electoral Act. And they're saying that if the IEC says they can't have a voter registration weekend, then South Africans must then still be allowed, those who are not registered, must still be allowed to register.
And there's bound to be plenty of reaction and very divided reaction because the political parties, as things stand, are not moving in step as to whether we should indeed have the local government elections now.
Exactly, as you would know, chief among those would be the governing party, which is the ANC, which had missed the deadline to submit all of their candidates. They were kind of pinning their hopes on this judgment by the Constitutional Court. They were hoping that the Constitutional Court would accede to the prayers of the IEC that the election be postponed to February 2022, because had that happened, that would then have allowed that would have meant that the IEC would now go back and tweak its timetable, which would allow perhaps for the ANC to be able to make those amendments. It's interesting actually that you raised that point, because in this very judgment, the ConCourt is clear that the timetable that was adopted on the 4th of August still applies, which pretty much says that the ANC that the timetable would not be changed. The ANC will not be able to register those members that would have been left out. I think the same happened to the UDM. What the question then becomes, what does the ANC do? Remember, they had gone to the Electoral Court, an application which they withdrew at the last minute, saying they will wait for the outcome of this very application. Now, the ANC has a special National Executive Committee meeting this weekend, a special one, which will deal with these issues. So perhaps we can hear on Monday what the ANC plans to do. You know that also the IFP had wanted May as the suggested date for these elections, while the Democratic Alliance was saying, let's go ahead.
All right.